fail at it, that sucks. That hurts. That makes you want to quit and question the whole purpose of why you're doing it in the first place. A lot of people are coming up to me and say, I don't have the motivation as much as you do. I don't have the energy as much as you do. And I don't have the time to do the things that you are doing. Well, here's the thing. If you truly love something, if you have the passion and you have the purpose and you have the reason on why you're doing something, don't you think that you will have all the reasons in the world to be able to do those things? Don't you think that you can find the special time for those things? Don't you think that you can make time for those things? The answer is yes. Maybe the reason you don't have motivation is you're doing something that you hate. Maybe the reason you don't have energy is because you are doing something that you don't believe in. Maybe you don't have the time in it because you don't feel like it's important. Just think about how many hours you spend on things that are not contributing to your goal. Scrolling endlessly to social media, watching videos that are not really contributing to your goal and to where you want to go. We waste so much time in our life. And maybe, just maybe, the reason for that is because we're not doing our why. Another tweet of mine. Are you not pressured? Not pressured that the time is slipping away and you are not living the life that you should be living. Think about your parents for a minute. Think about your friends. Think about the people that know you dearly, know that this is who you are, what you enjoy. Think about the people that believe in you. Think about the people that trust you. Do it for them. Because at the end of the day, you got to live a life bigger than yourself. You have to live a purpose much more important than yourself. Aren't you pressured? They're all getting older, but you're not giving them the life that they should be having. They're putting in the effort, they're putting in the hours to support you. And yet, what are you doing? You're procrastinating. You're haphazardly doing the things that you should be doing. Half-hearted, half committed into your dreams, into your actions, into your effort. What's that all about? Next. Here's a clarity. And I think I touched upon this a little earlier. But you have already wasted so much time. Why waste more? Your life is slipping away. You don't have forever. Tomorrow is not promised. It's about today. You have to work and consistently show up every day and dedicate yourself to improvement without destroying yourself. Because believe me, some people, they just go all in. They're really productive. They're 100%. They put their foot to the gas all the way down, and they burn out and they quit. They reach a potential point where they're not able to continue anymore because they exhausted themselves the wrong way. Later, we're going to talk about and how we're going to prevent that. 2, how to find your why. If you want to make your school life the best, you have to continually let yourself explore. Don't be too busy that you graduate and realize it's all over. Do you remember when you were still in elementary and you can't wait? I wonder what high school is like. Said, I want to go to high school. And then you went and became a grade 7 student and you say, oh my gosh, I'm a grade 7 student. I can't wait to be grade 10. I can't wait to be moving up. And then you get into college, same thing. First year that is listening right now, you might be thinking to yourself, I can't wait to graduate. I can't believe I have to be here for another 4 years. another 4 years of school, another 4 years of study, another 4 years of memorization, of watching lectures, of watching speakers just like myself. Can't believe this is happening. And yet, when you ask all of the fourth year students, they're all telling you, are we really graduating? Is this really happening? Can't believe how fast time has passed. Can't believe how quick everything is. Don't you think that the same thing is true 4 years from now, 5 years from now, when you're already a fourth year student, or whenever you are already into the workplace? You're going to miss it, right? And you think that school is so long, but the truth is, school is just so short. Let's just say for the for your reference, let's just say that you're going to live all the way to 100 years old. If you live all the way to 100 years old, that means that school is only about 23, 22, 24 years of your life. 24% of your life, 23% of your life. That's it. And you used to think that school is so long, but in reality, it's so short. This is an important moment in your life. It's never going to repeat ever again. It is the only time wherein you can be a student. Yes, you can enroll again, but it's different. The time is different. It's just a different opportunity. And by the way, for those who kind of realize, why is this guy sharing his tweets? I mean, what's up about that? Well, here's the thing, man. The thing about that is, this is where I take out my notes. So, the thing that I do with the Clarity Project is that I do and I post in different mediums, so visual, videos, tweets, and blogs. And the earliest of them all are my tweets. And so I expand my tweets into blogs, into videos, into other types of form and medium. And that's how able to derive all of these ideas. And so, shameless plug, if you want to see my thought process and how I take down notes and how the earliest versions of those things, of those videos, you can see it in my Twitter account. Um, you can look at my links at carlomali.com, and you can also look at it at carlomali. Okay. That being said, let's get to it. Next, if you have problems with what to pursue, ask yourself, what is something I can't shut up about? Do I enjoy doing it? Do other people like or need it too? Are people willing to pay for something like this? And is it in a growing industry or not? I understand when I took this assignment that most of you might not have IE as their primary choice for the program. And so that could be a problem because, one, well, it just might be something that, one, you're not passionate about or you can't learn to love, which is going to be difficult because you're going to be outcompeted by the people that actually love the thing, which is IE. And so another aphorism or another way of saying that is that sometimes when you don't do the things that you can't shut up about, the things that you're really enthusiastic and passionate about, the people that are passionate about it will always outcompete you, will always be better than you in doing that thing simply because, well, they love it. What you do in your spare time versus what they do in their spare time is different. What you do in your spare time is maybe doing your side project, or maybe doing or venturing into the arts of your choice. Maybe you're a dancer, a singer, or maybe you're much more of a scientist of some sort. So you're going to get into that because that's your passion. But guess what? Their free time is not dedicated to those things. Their free time is dedicated also to IE because that's what they love doing. And so what do you think is going to happen across a significant amount of time frame after a few years of doing that, of you doing things in your spare time that's not contributing to IE versus the person who absolutely love IE? Chances are that person is going to be way better than you. Because here's the thing, if you are passionate about something, it doesn't matter whether there is results or not. If you truly love something, you're just going to do it. All right? Think about the things that you are already doing right now, wherein nobody told you to do, and yet you're doing. You always find yourself that you're always invested into those kinds of things. For you, it could be stories. For you, it could be, again, any ventures into arts, maybe filmmaking, dancing, singing, all of these things, mathematics, literature, reading books, writing. It could be any of those things, right? But here's the thing, no one told you to do them. And to other people, they're looking at you and they're asking you, how come you have all of this energy for that? How do you have all of this energy to read about this book? How do you have all of this energy to train as hard as you are with your particular sport? To some people, it feels like work. They can't see themselves doing that because to them, it's not their passion. They're not in love with it. But to you, it feels so natural. You are simply just acting who you are. Your being, your presence, your calling, whatever you want to call it, you're just acting out who you are. And that is the easiest thing in the world. So ask yourself, what is something that I can't shut up about? The things that I always slip into conversations with other people, even though they're not remotely enthusiastic or interested in it. What do you enjoy doing more than anything in the world? Because I found this myself. Rather recently, just about a few years ago, right? So for my bio, I had a little bit of a background in basketball. I used to play basketball like a lot, and to me, I will play basketball the whole day, and it would be running, it would be jumping, it would be passing, all of these extracurricular activities that is happening. And yet, when you put me in a line somewhere, I feel tired. I can't sit still. I can't do it. And yet, when I'm doing this extracurricular, I'm jumping all over the place and I don't feel tired at all. Well, that's not true. I feel tired. But the reason is it feels good, right? Even in the way that you are pushing yourself, even no matter how much you are tired, it feels fulfilling. So listen to those things. Now, here's the thing, how are you going to make a career out of it? I think most of us here, especially artists, have been taught by our parents or other authoritative figures to choose a safe job, a stable job, a thing that's going to put food into the table. I'm not in an authority to tell you what to do or how to do it, but to me, it takes years and years to be able to make a career out of anything in life, regardless of whatever career you pursue. Anybody here who has ever heard of Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours? So it basically equates to about 10 years. 10,000 hours basically equates to 10 years. And it basically says that to become an expert at anything, you need to at least give out 10,000 hours of your time of deliberate effort. And it has to be something that you put more attention to it and you actually are committed to those 10,000 hours. So if it takes 10 years to get good at anything, don't you think that you are going to be better at those things of figuring it out on how you're going to monetize the things that you think is not that you're not going to be able to monetize right now? Don't you think that it's just a matter of time before you get good enough that you eventually earn a living out of it? Think about that for a moment. The next one is, do other people like or need it too? A lot of people right here are going to be condescending to the point that they're going to say, well, I don't care what you think. This is what I'm going to do. You know why? Because I'm ahead of the curve. I'm ahead of the pack. I'm the best, right? I don't care what you think. Because I am so advanced, you don't even get what I am doing. But here's the thing. If you need to put food onto the table right now, no one's going to buy it. No one's going to avail it. Because, well, do they like it? Do they need it? Are they willing to pay for something like that? If the answer is no, then maybe yes, you should do other things. You should do other things for a while. Now, here's the thing: is it in a growing industry or not? This is where I'm kind of a split with, because we have yet to see all of the industries that is going to be that is going to exist. Just think about the careers that are available right now, such as podcasting or being a YouTuber, being an influencer. 10 years ago, nobody said, I want to be a YouTuber. 10 years ago, nobody said, I want to be a podcaster. 10 years ago, nobody said, I want to be an influencer. The job simply didn't exist. And that's why I think this is the predicament that we all share as college students or as high school students graduating, of having to think about, what am I going to pursue in college? Right? And in that small window, you have to think for yourself where everything is going to follow eventually. Because think about it, how important it is to choose a career. It's basically going to predict your life. It's basically going to predict on how you're going to live the rest of your life and your family. It's such an important decision to make. And yet, not every industry still exists or exists yet. There's still more and more jobs that are new. And there are also a lot of jobs that are being extinct, being obsolete. Just look at how AI is revolutionizing everything. We're not safe. And that is why I think whether it's a growing industry or not really doesn't matter as much if you have, if you have the ability to put food into the table right now. Next, we all have a passion. Somewhere along the way, we are forced to forget about them. My mission is to be a constant reminder. Again, I want you to visualize for a minute. I want you to imagine just a random stranger that you see at the store. Imagine that someone that you will walk past by in a park or in a mall or in your school. Maybe it's the security personnel, maybe it's your professors, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your relatives. And maybe they're much older than you. Maybe they're in their 30s, their 40s, 50s, 60s. I want you to look at them. I want you to look at them and realize, oh my gosh, they have dreams as well. Dreams is not specific to me. Dreams and aspirations is not unique only to me. They have dreams as well. They have goals. They want to achieve things too. They want to do and pursue this craft. But life happens. Life happened to them. Somewhere along the way, they are forced to forget about their passion. Somewhere along the way, they are forced to quit, take a safer job, take a safer route. And eventually, when they do have the chance, they were like, it's too late. I can't pursue that anymore. Here's also a lesson on why you should be a little bit kinder to any stranger that you're going to meet, because you don't know their problems, you don't know what they're going through. They equally have the same amount of dreams as you. Sometimes you are late on your commute and you're saying bad stuff to the jeepney driver or the bus driver. I'm late. I can't believe this driver. Here's the thing, they're not in your way. They're simply manifesting and doing the best that they can in order to reach their dreams as well. You are not so unique. They have dreams as well. I'm here to be a constant reminder. 3, how to live with your why, which is what this whole talk is all about. How should we live our life? Again, my bio reads, I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm inviting you to discover and to think on your own. Because I think that if you're in this program, you're smart enough to know what to think, how to live your life, and how to do all of these things. Most of the things that you're going to hear today and have heard so far, things you already know. But here's the thing, even if you know the things already, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to do them. Even if you already know the things, it doesn't guarantee that you're actually going to take action. So that's why we must take action. And that is why we must put in the effort. Let's get to it. This one is from September 19, just a few days ago. Success doesn't happen overnight, it happens over time. And I'm not talking about overtime in terms of extra hours for extra money. I'm talking about overtime in terms of progression of time. A lot of people feel like they can be an overnight success. One talk, one video, one break, one lottery number is going to change my life. Well, probably will be. But here's the thing, success doesn't happen overnight, it happens over time. And by doing the things that you are passionate about, your why, doing it is a reward in and of itself. Because here's the thing, if you're doing something that you hate it. But eventually you're also going to be rewarded for it. Going back to 10,000 hours, you're eventually going to be good at it to the point that you're going to earn money for it. And so even though you're doing something that you hate and you're earning money for it, right? The rewards is still good, right? You still accept it. But here's the thing. What will happen if you're doing those things and it didn't work out? One famous story about this is about Jim Carrey's dad, who was a musician, and I'm just going to give it to you real quick. So basically, Jim Carrey's dad, the comedian, was a musician, and he chose a career that is much safer, which is being, I believe, being an accountant. But eventually, he did that. He forgot about his passion and became an accountant. But eventually, they became broke because the company, I think, closed down or went bankrupt. And then all of a sudden, Jim Carrey realized that, oh my gosh, you can fail at something you don't believe in. You can fail at something you don't love. So might as well fail at doing something that you love. That's the thing. Because if you're going to wait for the results, if you're going to wait for the recognition, it's not for you. If you're already doing the things, regardless of the results, regardless of the recognition, regardless of the applause, then you're going to get there. Next, I only want to make things that I want to consume. If no one likes it, one of three things could be true. Number one, I suck. Number two, I have bad taste. Number three, the wrong people saw it. The same thing goes for you. Do what you love, improve your skills and taste, and then show it to the right people. A lot of people here are thinking about and doing their passion. You know, they're pouring their heart out and no one's noticing them, right? Cricket noises. No one cares about your passion. But here's the thing, maybe, just maybe, the reason why no one cares about the things that you're doing is because you simply, and I don't mean this personally, you suck. Simple as that. You're just not good enough in doing the things that you're doing. There's this book, Be So Good That They Can't Ignore You, right? Maybe you just suck. Maybe you just have to be better at it. Maybe you think that you are already good at it, but the reality is very far away from what you are thinking in your illusory mind. You simply suck. Number two, you have bad taste. Okay, so at this level, you are already good at doing the things that you're doing. But the problem is you just have poor taste. Maybe you're just repeating what everybody else is doing. You don't have originality in you. You don't have authenticity in you. You're just copying everybody. And so what do you think is going to happen? Right? You're just going to be invisible. If you're trying to do what everybody else is doing, if you're trying to be like everybody else, what do you think is going to happen? Then you're just going to be like everybody else. You're not going to stand out from the crowd. You're going to be invisible through conformity. You have to stand out. You have to develop your tastes. You have to explore. A lot of people read one book and said, that's it. I hate reading books. You haven't read enough books to say that. A lot of people went into relationships. Okay, we're going to go into relationships. Went to relationships and relationships not for me. You haven't had enough relationships, or maybe it's you. Could be just you, right? But the point is, you haven't explored enough. You haven't tried all of the things that you can try. You haven't expanded your flavor, your taste. You haven't expanded your vocabulary. The the the, the way that you can enhance your art or your craft. The way that you can be a master at it. You're just not putting enough attention to it. Now here's the next one. The next one is that it's probably the wrong people saw it. Vincent van Gogh didn't become famous while he was alive. Yeah, sure, some people know him because, they see his erratic life, but globally he's not known. People only started to take notice of Vincent van Gogh long after he was dead. The Mona Lisa wasn't that big of a deal of a piece when it was created. They were looking at it, whoa, okay, that's a portrait. So what? Yeah. But because of it's an elaborate thing on why the Mona Lisa kind of became famous. It's really just about marketing and all of these stuff. It got stolen. There's a whole history about that, but I'm not going to go into that. But the bottom line is the Mona Lisa needed time, right? It needed the right moment for it to be world renowned. And now, look at it. It's the most famous painting in the whole world. So maybe just the wrong people saw it. Maybe you're listening to the wrong opinions. Maybe you're listening to people who hasn't actually have done the things that you want to do. Maybe they're just because you can have a terrific taste and you could be absolutely good at what you're doing, but if the wrong people saw it, then nothing's going to change. Still cricket noises, still silence. Okay, so here's another one. And this one is actually one of the older ones. This was from March 26, 2022. I was still in college here. And it goes out, are you in pain on purpose or does your pain have purpose? There's only two things that's guaranteed in life, and that is life and death. Another guarantee is struggle. Another guarantee is failure. Another guarantee is pain. Irregardless of how much successful you are, irregardless of how much healthy, wealthier, or better you are, pain is still going to come. Failure is still going to happen. Problems will still arise. It is but a constant and ever flowing part of life. Because to some people, happiness is not guaranteed. Some people live all their life in suffering and then they die. That's it. Happiness is not as guaranteed as pain. So if pain is that much guaranteed, would you rather suffer for the things that you love, or would you rather suffer for the things that you hate? Think about that for a moment. Are you in pain on purpose, or does your pain have purpose? Thank you for listening. Again, my website is 𝗦𝗢𝗌𝗦.com. If you want to see all of my works, my videos, my essays, my visual guides, everything, it's all linked in my website, 𝗦𝗢𝗌𝗦.com. So if you want to see more, you can check out that website, or if you don't, it's okay as well. So I believe there is a Q&A coming up, and yeah, I'm ready for it. And let's hear it.
Thank you so much, Sir Card Umali. Now we're opening the floors for question and answer portion. For those who have questions, you may submit it via our chat box in Zoom and our Facebook live stream.
So, ano muna tayo? Start muna tayo sa question.
Okay.
Question.
So, sir, I have a question po. What advice do you have for individuals who find it challenging to accept their current life situation, even though they believe they shouldn't be in it? Again, what advice do you have for individuals who find it challenging to accept their current life situation, even though they believe they shouldn't be in it?
Well, for individuals like that, I would just like to commend, like, it takes really good courage for you to be able to understand that, right? Most people, they're trying to live in denial. No, this is the life that I am having. This is the life that I'm going to die in. So just the mere awareness of knowing that I can be better, you are farther away than most people than you think. Okay. So that's a good part. That's a nice, good step, that you already are aware of the problem. And that's what the Clarity Project is all about also. It's all about having clarity on why are things happening in your life. Now, here's the thing, right? There are two things in life: things you can change and the things you can't change. Most people get those two things mixed up. They worry about it so much, but the thing is, they can't change it, right? I want to be 6'3". There's nothing I can do about that. Okay. There are things in your life that you can change, but there are very well a lot more things that you can change. And so I advise you to focus on the things that you can change and single aimlessly pursue those things. And if you feel like you should be somewhere else, then you have to get going, because we are not handed out a silver platter, right? Everybody, here's the thing, and it really pains me to realize this, right? Because for most of us, we have to work hard, we have to earn our money to get to a mansion, to get to a Ferrari. To some people, I don't care about Ferraris, but to get to to a point of living, right? To be able to live in a mansion. But here's the thing: there are some people whose first car is a Ferrari just because their parents bought it for them. Their first home is a mansion just because they won the sperm lottery. Simple as that. Now, can you do anything about those things? No. You are only going to be doing the things. I mean, you're going to be dealing with the cards that you are dealt with. So that's it. It sucks, but that's the reality of life, and that's why we must strive for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. I have a couple of friends kasi who believe they were not destined to be in IE. But I think with what you said, I feel that soon enough, they'll find comfort and purpose amidst a shift in their life. Thank you very much, sir. In recognition of your valuable contribution, we would like to present you with the Certificate of Appreciation.